Hey guys, it's Will Farlow. You might recognize me from Will's fifth quarter special. And I'm in a special location tonight for this Facebook Live as promised. It's a little bit behind, so I apologize. For those of you that don't know me, that's about your host and creator here. I work in Chicago now. I have a job right out of college. I work at iHeartMedia. You guys know Kiss FM, Light FM. I work there. So I'm just headed out from work today, and I am in the beautiful city of Chicago. I'm walking right to my train, and I'm talking with all of you for a little bit, and I'm headed to near Millennium Park, and there is a lot of sports stuff to be covered. Of course, I am doing the YouTube live stream tomorrow at 2:30, so be prepared for that. But a lot to talk about. ISU baseball is playing again tomorrow. They're doing real good in the tournament so far. Talk about talent. I mean, we covered it in episode 35. If you haven't heard that, it was just some exciting baseball, especially at the collegiate level. I think it's just really good baseball we're seeing this year from that team. You know, a new coach coming in from Purdue. What are you going to expect at first? Not much, but look what this team did on its own. It was incredible, and you're seeing great baseball right now in the tournament at ISU, so that's pretty exciting for the school as well. So, just a little bit of a view of the sports, one of the main sports towns in the country, Millennium Park, huh? Yeah. So, it's just really exciting to see what the baseball team's doing at ISU, and the White Sox, too, the last few days. That's some big content as well going on in terms of beating a team that they were expected to get swept in 4 games against. They not only won 1 game, but they split the series, which is pretty big against a team with Houston's talent. That hitting is incredible. And look at the White Sox pitching staff. Manny Banuelos is injured, and they have other guys out right now. I gotta get some of these shout-outs though real quick. Derek, my old neighbor at ISU. Julie Martin, new crime reporter over in the Dakotas. Zach Wilson, hi. Hi, Anthony. Melanie, Mr. Becker, and hello to Amy from Chicago Heights. Someone new that I know, and I know she's a big Bears fan, so we're going to talk about that. Hector, the new sports director that you heard on episode 35, we'll listen to core specials there. So, like I told you guys, I'm coming from a surprise location. I didn't want you guys to know where I was coming from tonight, so I might be popping up on Facebook Lives in different places here and there, but we're going to get back to the White Sox. There's a lot of good content to talk about with this team. Yes, they do have the pitching injuries, and if I were to GM, I'd probably be trading for Marcus Stroman maybe at this point, a real good pitcher. They need that stability right now. When you have these injuries, Giolito is just pitching lights out baseball. I think, a lot of people didn't incur him above Rodon in the rotation plans of the future. You have Kopech when he comes back next year, Dylan Cease. All these guys are part of the future. And now you have to really factor in Giolito. The guy's really pitching well, really knows what he's doing. And just talk about great pitching first off. The way he's pitching, these shutouts and everything like that, he's just doing so well. Let's see, we got some more people on. Caitlin Mayer, Isaac Missile, Bengals cornerback Devontae Harris. Good to have him on. And it's just some exciting sports going on right now. The Cubs as well. Cole Hamels pitched against his old team in the Phillies. These teams are playing really well. A lot of people, and we have a shout out from Amy talking about the Bears. I'm getting to the Bears, so hang tight. It's just really exciting to see what these teams are doing. The Cubs on the north side, the Sox on the south side, they're playing each other quite soon. White Sox right now, starting tonight, they're probably, I believe they're currently in action right now. It was a 7 o'clock first pitch. They're playing against the Minnesota Twins. So the Twins are just really playing great baseball this year. A team that didn't do too well last year, made some moves. They brought in Mark Gonzalez, who could play almost anywhere except the pitching and catching position. They have all these players that just fit in really great spots. I really like the promise that team has in the division. And a lot of Sox fans don't like to face the Twins or any division rival kicking their butts, but that's baseball. You know, it's like I always say on this show, expect the unexpected. And like I said, I'm coming from an unexpected location here. Hope you guys like the new venue. I can come up with more ideas if you like me in different spots. So as asked, we are going to get to the Chicago Bears, but that's a team right now that's playing really good played really good football. They're in the offseason right now. They just got through a good portion of the OTA workouts, and let's just say that, guys, this team really has a bright future. I really like, and we didn't talk a lot about it lately. I apologize for that. I had some stuff come up, and I was pretty busy with some stuff, but the Chicago Bears made some really great draft picks. And David Montgomery is probably one of my favorites. You know, everyone predicted, and we talked about it on the show when we had Mark Rodan on a few episodes ago, the Bears needed to draft a running back. There's no question about it. You had to draft a running back. And that was a big importance for the Bears this offseason after trading Jordan Howard to the Philadelphia Eagles for a 2026 round pick. And let's just say, guys, that's one of the many things the Bears got. They got a good cornerback later in the draft. They got some other good things as well. But it just comes down to what, you know, like with a playoff team, in my opinion, it's really hard to find good team needs. You know, you have to really look within the depth of your roster, like they did this draft, bringing in these undrafted free agents. I mean, they drafted a good receiver. They brought in a former Atlanta Falcon receiver as well before the draft. They got Cordell Patterson, the kick return, who could also play receiver and running back. Not to mention the guy they got undrafted that's supposed to be probably one of the, they're calling him one of the biggest steals of the draft. So that's a pretty big moment for the Bears. That's a pretty big milestone. And if you ask me, guys, I think that the Bears had one of the best drafts in the league. You know, of course, they didn't get the Kyler Murrays or the Josh Jacobs or some of the big defenders, but the Bears are really important, you know, in terms of not just trusting your draft board, but you want to bring in good character players. That's what the Bears have done. And that's what I totally believe about the Bears. And we're going to get into the Bulls here at the end real quick. The Bulls, if you're thinking about it, the Bulls, man, they got a really big decision, in my opinion, coming up in this draft in terms of who they're going to pick. You know, I think, and this is kind of my opinion, everyone's going to have their own view on this, the draft lottery system is flawed. You know, if people want teams to stop tanking, you know, maybe take away the lottery balls and, you know, maybe put a different thing on it. But I don't think that it works. You know, teams like the Lakers and the Pelicans and the Grizzlies that already have pretty good talent, including young talent, including the veterans, got the top spots in the draft. It's a little bit flawed that way, guys. I mean, you look at teams like the Suns, the Bulls, the Knicks, and Cleveland. Those are teams right now, and yes, the Bulls have really good young talent. Cleveland is getting there. You know, they have Colin Sexton, they got Marquise Christon, a pretty low-key trade that I think was a good steal, in my opinion. He's a really good player, but the Bulls have a big draft pick, and yes, people want to see them trade for Lonzo Ball. And I'm actually for that a little bit because the Bulls right now they need the passing at the point guard position. They need the defense. Chris Dunn could play defense, but guys, you hear me talk about it on the show. He's a backup point guard in a starting role. That does not work at the NBA level. It might work in the Windy City Bulls, but it's not going to work at the NBA level. And especially with, you know, their coach's system. Jim Boyle, and it's going to be really important that he gets somebody he could work with, not just coach the player, but you got Zach LaVine, who's a cornerstone. They talk about the core four right now in Chicago at the Madhouse and on the Midway at the United Center. You got Markkanen and joining that front court of the future in Wendell Carter Jr. I think after those injuries, we're going to see his first full season flourish next year. Real good shooter, can shoot the three a little bit. Really like his inside play. Really like his defense a lot. Really good leadership he could bring when he played at Duke. They got some really good players. Otto Porter Jr. was a very good trade as well. You're trading, yes, Bobby Portis, who the fans liked a lot, but you're getting some really good talent in there. And I think in terms of what the Bulls need to do, I want to see a point guard. Darius Garland's a bit of a stretch, but But I like Kobe White. I really like his three-point shooting. He played with another good winning team, and in North Carolina, Michael Jordan came from there, so a lot of people find that really neat. But guys, this is a Bulls team that is almost there. Now, of course, it's going to be tough to see at first. Free agency always unfolds in its own way every year. It's going to be tough to see a Kemba Walker or even a Kyrie Irving at the most. But maybe a Patrick Beverly, a trade for Chris Dunn to at least get a young point guard with controllable talent. Maybe a Dennis Schroeder. I really like his play as well. Very explosive. But I don't know how he'd fit with Zach LaVine. That'd be interesting. We'll see. That's my take on the Bulls. We're going to do an episode coming up in a few weeks. We have the MLB draft, which I'm going to finish off with right now. I want to thank all of you for tuning in. My cousin Darren, Cade Heather, former writer of The Vedette, Patrick Behrens of WBBM, and we got Matt Wing, Isaac Missel, Caitlin Mayer. Thank you to everyone for tuning into this Facebook Live. It's been it's just great talking sports with you guys. I really love talking sports on the show, and if you like what you're seeing tonight, tune in to another live stream tomorrow night. Tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be a little bit bigger than this. Better sound quality and location, I'm hoping. But it's going to be 2:30 p.m. tomorrow on YouTube. Yes, Will's Fifth Quarter Special is on YouTube channel. But we're going to do Facebook Live and YouTube as well. So our YouTube channel is under the title of the show, Will's Fifth Quarter Special. Go search that. Subscriptions are free, so please subscribe. We're going to have some good content coming up on there. I have some big plans for it moving forward. And we're going to do some big things with it. So go on our YouTube channel. Go on to YouTube tomorrow at 2:30. Type in Will's Fifth Quarter Special. And be ready to see some even more consistent sports talk. If you don't know about our YouTube channel, head to our social media at William D. File on Twitter. We're on Instagram, Will's Fifth Quarter Special as well, on Facebook page, Snapchat. Check that out. So we're going to be talking a lot of MLB draft tomorrow. I'm going to announce the plans we have for the upcoming episode with that. We're going to try and get some personalities on there for that as well. So from Chicago, Illinois at Millennium Park train station, this is Will Farlow, the host and creator of the show you love. When the fourth quarter buzzer sounds at the end of a sports game, turn to us for your fifth quarter sports talk. I'm your host, Will Farlow. I'll see you tomorrow at 2:30 p.m., bright and early, 2:30 p.m. afternoon, on our YouTube channel, Will's Fifth Quarter Special. So long from Will's Fifth Quarter Special, guys. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. I'll see you again tomorrow. Take it easy.